win this game. It was against G2 as well in the semifinal. This is the rematch you talked about. We are going to get underway. Thank you very much, Vanko. And it's going to be, looks aggressive from JW. I think he's actually just going to self-boost himself on top of the red crate right now and try and get information on top. Yeah, there it is. So on top of the A site, but straight execution coming in. Smoke out toward the top of highway. Flash as well. And JW is going to try and play inside of this smoke quite cleverly as well, because he's got to buy space and time, more importantly, for his teammates to be able to rotate. Benton's already gone down.
Oh, with JW, like you said, the snake in the grass in this sense doesn't manage to land the kill just yet. It's going to be Crims. Finally dropping towards Smith, so there it is though. Gets the double, and now it's actually going to be very interesting here. Man advantage for Fnatic, but they are low HP. The retake coming in is sticking together. A little unit of counter-terrorists storming the bomb site now. It's up to RPK, he gets the first kill, and there it is, a plethora of frags for G2. Very simple strategy from them, I have to say. 5 people towards A storage map, and they smoked towards highway. 1 flashbang, and it's got in. Sometimes simple can be the best.
Sometimes. It works. I mean, that's the thing. Flusher was basically the only one to make contact inside of that A site, and a single smoke rendered him effectively useless.
Well then. No heroics here this time from Dennis.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to say, because he wasn't anywhere near that site.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they got rid of him and said, well, we know he plays B, so maybe we shouldn't go anywhere near it.
It would have been awesome if he pulled a curveball and was like,
that's kind of clever as well. They're not giving anything away. They're not showing presence. They're not doing a default. They're not giving him a chance to read it. So that's a straight up A. Simple, get in 5 players. If he's not there, we've won the round.
You know as well, jokingly or not, in TeamSpeak, they say, watch out for Dennis, because of what happened. I guarantee you that, like, Shocks made that joke or something.
Just don't go B, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not even giving him a chance.
Well, either way, it's down to just 3 players remaining for Fnatic, and JW and Dennis are the 2 that have gone down. Flusher's going to be the next one closest to this A site, but even he far away. He sits toward the truck. Smoke out, jump through. Flusher can't find the shot, can't collect the head of Smith, who in turn finds him from a long range with a Mac-10. No better gun in the game, really. Proof in the pudding as RPK. Well, come on. Okay, thank you. Don't ruin it for me. Crims is going to get Smiths, though. He's got damage as well onto RPK. Peeks again, 6 HP, and the Mac-10 can jump and shoot at the same time because it's a bird and a plane and Superman.
Yeah, all of that stuff. That's what I was going to say as well, actually. So I'm glad you did.
It's all right. I don't like to keep you talking for too long.
2-0 in favour of G2. A little bit of an investment there from Fnatic, but still going to be on to save this round. You can see a couple of HG grenades. I would assume they'll be throwing those towards the boost spot, but it looks like a B rush coming in for G2. There's the grenades actually going towards. That's actually could be kind of interesting. Body.
That's a kill.
Frags, yeah. So there it is. Those HGs actually working out. They find a kill, but still lost 2 in the process. Scream now making his way towards CB Storm, and he's going to find a player there. Lovely shot to down Crims, especially with a match like that range. That's over. JW does find a kill. Or the mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's why Bardolph likes it so much.
I just thought of that. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, just JW has found 2 frags this round and is trying to save this AK, but doesn't really have the best position here. Just slowly edging his way towards A storage. And it looks like he may get away here. There's going to be a player coming towards the A site who could pincer him and lock him into the site. That's going to be Scream. So JW working out what's going to be the best protocol here. Can he actually negate these terrorists and stay alive for the next 10 seconds or so? Bomb will be exploded momentarily. Scream still on the hunt. Looks like he'll be focused so he will manage to save his AK. It's pretty massive considering the CT money would be fantastic. We have enough for an AWP, but it means JW definitely can drop out. Now I'll be interested to see. After we saw in Common Map that JW didn't want to go near the AWP whatsoever. It's not something we don't actually talk about on the desk. I want to speak to Yanko about that. But
it's a good point. We'll bring it up next time.
Dennis now,
I promise I'll remember.
So Dennis is actually main AWP. It's kind of a sign of things to come, maybe.
Be interesting, wouldn't it? I mean, the good news is with these USP skills, he'd be able to build up bank in time to afford the AW pretty much every time, you would think.
Yeah, in the second round.
Yeah.
Just bring it out.
As JW is again playing that position on the box, trying to spot in toward A main. He's the only one inside of the site to play contact. 2 on top of highway. Or bottom of highway, I guess, technically. Shocks is looking inside the site, looks towards JW, spots him in that position. Again, he has to fall away, but he's got the information. That's all he wants.
CT so far unable to find anything. He's just going to be holding up in a very standard default here. G2 normally rely on Scream to work that squeaky door area, but this is Nice little reaction from the CTs here, gaining tons of information, not going to have any presence from the terrorists towards B-Store whatsoever, and Dennis can get towards Sunroom, and actually, at this point, he can just hold his position. He can hold the whole entire side of the map by himself, and as I said it though, there it is, Scream, working the squeaky door, gets a kill onto Benton as well. That puts the pressure back into the CT, and now it's going to be the execution from the G2 as well, forcing their way into towards the side. Flusher finds one, can't get the second though, it's going to be backed up by JW.
Well played, well bait and switched as Flusher goes down, but JW again is going to try and play inside of this smoke that's thrown for the top of highway. It's in behind the forklift, he will go. Gets taken down immediately by Body though. So this will still give the advantage to G2. Default plant going to be put in place. RPK with a good shot on Dennis is big, but they haven't got a clue as to where Crims has gone.
Well, Crims has got a smoke and a flashbang. Going to be edging his way out from CT spawn. That gives a position away that have seen where that smoke is being thrown from. So let's take RPK out of the equation, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. He's like the second life at this stage. As soon as his teammates drop, that's when he'll face. Doesn't need to commit too much. You can see it on the smoke deployed towards the quad area. There it is. Fake defuse comes in. No player would ever fall down at that point. So Body can just hold up, takes him down. And like we said, Matt, this is like, if Fnatic lose this series, they're not coming to the LAN qualifier. I don't think it's set in stone yet, but it definitely
it would be almost nigh on impossible.
So like it's a really big situation for them. And that losing that first gun round, this is making it look even worse. 4-0, gonna be another eco here. Oh, okay, not an eco. Oh god, this is it, Matt. The beginning of the rut.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah, here we go then. Gonna come. JW's on the orb now. Where's the consistency here?
Yeah. Wow, you sounded like Ron Dennis right there.
Who's that?
Where's the consistency? He's the team principal of McLaren, but he was speaking about the penalty to Ayrton Senna at Suzuka in '89, I believe, when it ended up giving Prost the championship.
Okay.
Where's the consistency in the rules about the FIA?
JW now with that AWP in the worst position possibly imaginable, but somehow does have a smoke, so he will get out of there just about. Crims finds a kill onto Shocks, a much needed kill at that. CT's falling back towards B now. In towards the sites, and they just have no information as to what the terrorists are doing. They need to react. You can see they've got one flashbang, one incendiary, one kit, that's it. JW's orb is going to have to be paying dividends here. As it looks like G2 will be executing towards the A side now. Flashbang comes in, it's up to Shocks. He's got the AWP, and his boost should be locked down. I thought Smith would be pre-firing that, but it's not going to happen. It will be Crims to find a double kill, so that should secure the round here. There's only the Scream remaining.
Yeah, big pickup here for Fnatic considering this forced buy situation. You mentioned it could have been the beginning of the end as they won't stabilize their economy, but Scream, he's going to pick away at them where he can. Finds the first kill on a JW. Remember, this will be a reset of 4 rounds, so every player lost is a hard buy into the next. Thankfully, they'll keep 3 up. They'll grab an AWP and 2 AKs, and that'll strengthen things significantly.
Massive round for Fnatic, much needed. It's one of those high-risk, high-reward situations.
Flush has still gone back to a scout, though.
I think he saved that.
No, they grabbed the AWP.
Oh, really?
It was an AK, 2 AKs and an AWP saved.
No.
Yeah. So Flush is
JW got one of the last kills with the orb.
Yeah, no, he switched. No. JW died, and then Flush had grabbed it right at the end by E-Box, and then threw it over to JW. I guess it pays off because they get RBK with it, but Flush 100% bought the scout, which is peculiar enough on its own.
Wow, 4-1. And the first kill has come in for Fnatic.
Where's he playing with it? Middle? I can't tell. I think it's he's just rotating over from B.
4 and the CT's of the boost here. It's going to be Crims up above the squeaky door. Flashbang comes in as well. It's going to throw a spanner in the works of G2 here. You can hear a lot of footsteps now, but Scream does find a kill somehow on towards Benton in that main entrance. Now, position. At this point, they're going to be checking this for sure. And he will be able to spot Scream momentarily. Who's going to get the first kill here? There it is, and Scream. Whatsoever, apparently. What I was given. They are going to be up against it, 4-3. This would be a huge round for now to win. They can break the economy of G2 there.
JW with a gap in that smoke, tremendously so, because it's actually not even thrown for A-Bait, it's thrown for Squeaky. JW tries to take advantage of that. The fire, though. Oh, Crims has to get out of that 45 HP, and it's going to leave him in the open, but he manages to fight forward with it and take down Smiths. So a battle of survival that turns into a kill. JW on the site gets 2 more. And it will be a second for Fnatic.
What a sloppy round that was from both sides, I have to say. Very scrappy stuff on the side there, but still, it's going to be Fnatic finishing things off with the JW double frag there towards the final stages. And G2, like I said, their economy is broken now, so what looked like a really promising start for them now, Fnatic have clawed their way back into it. That force buy on round number 5 was so huge. and manages to get them right back into this game now. 4-2, and looking like the third is coming in as well, and we don't really have much purchase from the terrorists here whatsoever. This could be blocks, deagles, and a P250. No utility. So this round is almost throwaway at this point. It's arbitrary because they won't be able to do much of it whatsoever.
And Dennis pushed up this time though, has Flush to back him up from the white box if they push through. Mowed him down from that position. Tag, but it's down just 10 HP. He'll follow up and take down body bomb drop. Dennis can hold the angle. They won't be expecting him to RPK. Well, all right, checks it. Has the at least consideration to do so, but it won't matter. That certainly does, though. Scream. It's one. You would have expected him almost Scream the way he's been playing to follow that up with the second as well onto Flusha, but he goes down, and it's the round over. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of you, Henry.
You should be.
Nah, just kidding. You don't scare me.
Round number 8.
You're just a big old teddy bear.
Definitely big. Anyway, round number 8.
Slim, though.
Big and slim. For round number 8, it's going to be 5 AKs this time. No AWP on towards Smiths. They still have the advantage in terms of actual score, 4-3. And JW on the AWP this time. So, like I said, where is the consistency here? We're seeing everyone that's having a go with the AWP. Let's see what JW can do. Seems to be finding the frags here on Cash at least. He'll be playing his way towards quad. And spamming through, of course. Looking for the shot. Oh, this would actually work very close. Really exciting those shots here.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it?
Wow.
And this is interesting, though, because Fnatic not getting anything going on today is going to try and push into B and get information. They've found RPK, and it's 2 players pushed up. They've only spotted 1. I think Deathcam would have been just finishing as the second player crossed over, so they shouldn't have the information that there's 2 toward Toxic. However, there is only 1 there now, Henry, so it doesn't matter. The point is gone. I'm talking for the sake of it.
Well, I'll take over at that point. The terrorists now with the disadvantage once again. They've only got 1 smoke remaining, so they need to be relying on these frags. Body makes his way towards the vents, and the bomb hasn't really got much control. You see the CT still firmly in control of B storage now. We'll be opting to fall back at this stage, though. And you can see the GT just don't have that information. They're not sure. So they have to expend the little utility they actually have remaining. And actually clearing out this sunroom. And will be checked out. Time's ticking away. They hit the 35-second mark. And they're going to be smoked out by the looks of it as well. Very well timed smoke for Dennis. That might just force them to rush through. They don't really have much to work with here. Screen makes it into checkers. Dennis ready to stop them off then. There it is. First kill comes in. Oh, second kill of this round.
In toward checker, no one to peek from behind the boxes. Thankfully, it's already been cleared off.
Ooh.
What is that, Shocks? 2 huge kills. Dennis goes down, Crims follows up, and Shocks is absolutely on fire. Look at that shot as well. Venton's gone. And it's going to be flushed and laid inside of the vents, and body's already there. JW, the last alive, bomb planted, and Shocks has done an absolute miracle to take this round over. That was incredible.
Are you serious right now? That was insane. Like this guy, the form he's in right now, if he can keep this up, like he's actually reclaiming that best player in the world position. That's like disgustingly good. Those 1-taps on towards the side, just flicking around and then finds the third and towards heaven as well. Like, that's like God tier stuff. Like, you save that for the very special moments in Counter-Strike.
Today is a special moment, Henry. Today is the day that Shocks is back. Well, it was actually this weekend, but it's one of the days. Meanwhile, JW having a little bit of a nightmare. It's getting hot and heavy, and he can't handle it because he goes down. It's going to be now 3, make it 5 to G2. So another 2-round lead for them to build on. Money not gone on this Fnatic side. They have built up a little bit of a bank to try and work with.
So GT had no nades, a 2-man disadvantage, no control of anything. They were smoked out, incendiaried out as well, and Shocks just runs through, finds 3 absolutely stunning kills. And actually potentially gets GT right back into this as well. The buy comes back in as a scout just on flush and no AWP this time. 4 rifles, they are struggling a little bit. And once again, it's this aggressive stance from Fnatic. They're happy to push into key areas of the map. Last time it was B story, this time they're taking control of A. And this is actually be quite interesting. I don't think the terrorists will be expecting this necessarily. As he has made his way towards lockers. Flashbang comes in from Shocks. It's to clear out the potential boost and plays pushing through that smoke. Shocks though looking like he wants to check this. He can send something. Spider sense definitely tingling. There it is. Takes down JW and continuing his fantastic form, Matthew. I think it's something we'll be saying a lot this evening.
I'm excited. I mean, it's nice to see a change in the landscape when it's deserved. And Shocks is showing us why he's always been praised As Venton will get RPK though, back through the smoke. Knew he was up on top of the box. And that'll allow him back inside of the site. They don't need to overcommit. They've leveled it back onto 4. And yes, that still has a slight handicap against them. It's still a much better situation than they were in. They can't afford to give up another kill.
Well, 45 seconds remain. Looks like a B split will be coming in from the terrorist. Scream and Body in the vents. It's going to be difficult for the CT to hold. 1 grenade is all they have to work with. Quite a defensive angle from both CD players as well. They are aware of B attack potentially coming in. Has left A open, so his next frag to be very important indeed. Benton will step up first. It's going to be challenged. His teammates Molotov out. He hits the first kill though. Takes down Body. And that is no response from the terrorists. This could be a very beneficial situation for the CTs. Screen finding kills though. It's going to be Quint coming in from the top. Gets the double. That should be the round secured now. But Shox is still alive. That's a huge problem. And there it is. And it's finished off by Dennis. But still very back and forth. CTs, like I said, didn't really have much to work with there. Had to hold on with the crossfires. And luckily Karim's coming in with the rotation from Heaven. Gets the double kill. That locked it in. And after winning 1 round, G2 have been reset here. Only getting $1,400. And what looked like an amazing situation for them. Quickly goes into a bad one. And now they're back towards Deagles and P250s. And 1 Tech 9.
Scream, fast play. Oh, what a shot as well on the Vented. He gets over there with the strafe jump, lines it up, and absolutely obliterates him. It does leave Crims in an awkward position out toward that vent, but they've relinquished the pressure onto his crossed position, so he should be able to get back inside of the site undetected. It's more so because they put out that smoke, but 4 plays 4 on an absolutely cracking opener from Scream.
Well then, what can you say about that kind of shot? Scream's going in and ripping off the head of Venton. They do manage to apply straight away, but they have got some mid-control here. It's going to be Flush's scout to try and negotiate with them and see if he can come up with something. Does do a little bit of damage towards Scream and Body as well. And it looks like they were going to get shut down. JW finds the first kill. And now they're going to have to be forced towards the B side, but Crims will be waiting for them.
Waiting for him indeed, but he only manages the 1 kill. His Body with the AK is able to pull it back. It's still he versus 3. Bomb down in middle. They've got full control of it. Going for the boost over though, the counter boost. This could actually be an interesting play because if Body had arrived fast enough, he could have popped him off in the act. Now they know he's in that big garage, and I fear for the fact that it is a matter of time, and time is not of the essence, although he does do damage on Flusha from afar. It's Dennis to close the round.
Well, Fnatic do shut it down pretty reasonably in the end. G2 find a couple of kills, but that's tied things up. 5-5. If you're just joining us, G2 took the first map pretty convincingly towards the end, actually, on Cobble. And that was Fnatic's pick. We're going to Cash. This is where G2 did beat them in the weekend as well at Pro League. This is a must-win series for Fnatic. They're currently at 2-3 in the overall standings, and to actually have a chance of qualifying for the land final, you need to get in the top 6. Now, fast play now coming in from the French side. It's going to be Shoxy boosted up. Next kill, actually falling back here. Benson in a difficult position. Needs to get out of here before he's taken down. Manages to spot a couple of terrorists and fall back as well. So that works out pretty well for him.
Smiths and Body putting some pressure down middle still. Body just shoulder checking in toward checker room, and now clear the angles, try and work inside of the site. Rotation's already coming over though. There is 2 players back toward Tree, if you include Crims in that because he's at Heaven. Also a rotation coming in from Venton, who's trying to spray through the vents, but they've lost on entries again. Body's already found his way inside of the site with the Tech 9, and it's a kill from both Scream and massive damage done on a Flusha from Smiths that allowed them in this position. Good answer from Venton, though, as he does pull back into RPK, but look at the HP. It's so desperate. There's no way Fnatic's getting into this with a clean-cut shot. They have to basically pull off a miracle from Dennis, and he's already caught out by Scream.
Yep, really nice play there from Scream. Holding out very passively. That's going to be the round over at this point. Just Flusha and Venton, low HP, of course. So we'll be falling back. It looks like he could get a kill, though. Somehow, Venton from the long range takes down Shox with the silence USP. That's a pretty amazing clutch. He's the player with the AWP as well, so that's like kind of sick he managed to even survive, let alone get the kill. It had been 2 rounds in a row for Fnatic, but it looks like G2 will be glancing back. Another B play working in their favour. And it's Scream. Find most of the kills here on the exchange, and now the money's getting difficult once more for Fnatic, but they have got the AWP mat, so the fact that Venton even managed to get that kill was pretty shocking, but there you go. They have an AWP, and they're going to be forced buying into this one. UMP, CZ, a couple of rifles, and the AWP on JW. A couple of kits, but let's see whether they can actually do anything with this. They did it before, and the force might actually get them into this map. And they do it again, another fast play coming in from G2. To find 2 frags, in fact, very nice stuff from them. incendiary forced through, so he's going to be cleaning up there.
PK 1 versus 5. One man versus the world. 6 rounds already on their T side, though. They can, I guess, be comfortable with that, but it's not ideal. Obviously, they want to close this out. Fnatic's always prone to pulling back rounds, and we know, as mentioned as well at the top of the show, this map, just like at the Major, at Pro League this weekend, was again T-sided, so
yeah,
they need to close out a few more here to be extremely pleased.
Well, we're trying number 13 at this stage, and I guess G2, their thought process there was like, well, the money's not going to be great for Fnatic. They've only won 2 rounds in a row, and they've been quite close, so potentially won't have the incendiaries, but Fnatic did, and they locked it down. Dennis, just some simple frags there. It's going to be JW now facing towards B storage. Hasn't been a force buy from G2, but it's going to be RPK with that big leader once again. Finds a kill towards JW, but not done by Crims. 4 on 2 now. Scream and Body have a lot of work to do, I have to say. They have got the bomb, but they're going to be separating themselves. So Body's trying to find himself a deal, which he does do. Flash is coming in. He should be taken down at this point. Doesn't really know where he is. But no bomb planted, so they will have enough money for the last round. Oh, I can see the orb. It's so tempting.
Oh, get it.
Press E.
Get it.
Press
get
E.
it. Get it. Ah, that's amazing. And he may die for this. He may die still because he's got to confront Crims when he crosses back over. Crims isn't facing him. Should do, but will not. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. But might. Still thinking about it, of course.
Well, there's not really much the terrorists can do here, apart from hope that someone faces. So that's actually quite clever from Fnatic. They know the orb's been given away, so at this point, make them commit to the site. We've got crossfire set up everywhere. There it is. Crim's watching headshot. Flash is watching across the site. So anyway, Body now calls over his teammate. Let's just walk in the site. Hope for the best. Shot from Scream. Needs to try and work for them.
Oh, come on. Okay, all right, there it is. Fine. I won't call it a 1 dig. I'll call it a third time 1 tap.
A third time on tap.
Does that work?
No.
A third tap. A thrice tap. Overcommitment, though. Not aware Crims is still inside of the site. Not much they were going to count for in that round. Now 7 for Fnatic. Money's still okay on the G2 side after that previous round, so they'll be able to buy up with an AWP on his Smiths, who will go against JW on his.
Another really quiet game for Smiths there, 2 for 10.
Yeah.
He hasn't been great at all. It's been Shocks and Smiths, they're really, Shocks and Scream, sorry, have been leading the charge. And Smiths is another player who's had some very decent form as of late, so maybe he is feeling a little bit of a fatigue we discussed from Pro League. But here we go, then round number 14, coming to the closing stages of the first half. I think an A-sided attack here. Once again, Scream working that squeaky door. That's where they try and get most of their picks. But Fnatic are actually, and it's very effectively, there's almost every round they're pushing somewhere, trying to gain information, and then normally getting the first pick as well. It's JW with the AWP this time, looking towards T-Spawn, common positions that he's just sweeping out here. And now we'll be actually facing towards the mid connector. Oh, that timing though doesn't work out in his favour. Not sure if he spotted RPK. Doesn't matter. He walks straight into his crosshair.
Yep, made it easy, didn't he? I like easy. Easy is good. Dennis taking down Shocks as they cross from the fence. No utility to steal him. It's going to have to be flashes. They're out of Molotovs. They don't even have any Smiths, though. You said 2 for 10. He's now 3 for 11. Because he finds one and dies immediately after 8-6. So Fnatic already closing out with more round CT than G2 will manage on their T. That's a bit of an issue, as mentioned, for the reasons of the statistics we've brought up throughout the entirety of the cast.
Final round, obviously a force buy has to come in from G2. Tech9s, Deagles, and the PT50. Haven't really seen much in terms of set executions from these guys. It's been working the picks, trying to use the spawns, and it's actually Fnatic they come out top here. Like you said, a must-win round for them in terms of the survival of making the qualifiers in ECS. Flashbang comes in, and that's going to slow them down considerably as well. All over the place, it's a utility being dropped on them. This AP will do a lot of damage as well. Does find the kill. Crim's taking our Body. Now it's just JW knifing in the smoke, of course. Gets it! Oh, God.
What? Why? Oh! Crim's nice catch. As Smith gets taken down in the air, that strong bomb dropped. Good play from Scream. He's at least hitting these crazy shots. Problem is that they're all coming at times in which there's not much to be salvaged in the round, and Dennis proves the point once more. 9-6. Fnatic over G2. Impressive style, I have to say.
Yeah, looking like the issues on cash have been rectified here, so it's both teams leading the way in terms of the opposition's picks. Oh, hi.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. But well, yeah, Smiths to me, he needs to step it up. He's the AWPer, the person that's supposed to be opening up this kind of map. This is a map you can boost your AWPer up, go towards B storage, go towards A main. Seems like he wasn't finding the shots to actually open it up whatsoever. And yeah, it's kind of disappointing from him. Scream and Shox, though, they've still been great. Scream's on 14 kills. Shox has got 10. He had some like crazy clutches as well. That round he had when he walked into the B bomb site when they were 2-man down.
That was
like,
so sick.
That's like one of the plays like of the year in terms of how much impact he had as an individual player and actually getting them back into a round. That's actually really
it's a big one. I don't know if I would go play of the year just because the whole LAN aspect. But in terms of importance, I
just
definitely
from like just like in terms of a round and what one player had to do to step up and get his team back into it, like it's all down to him. Like it was a really important round in terms of like it was 4-0 and
yeah, I think at the time I think it was. That's right.
Yeah,
it was early on, but yes. I mean, it was nuts. Scream as well, showing off some accuracy in this one. These two guys, I hope that they can continue on this path. I really do. But it also does. Two men can't win a war, and they've got to have some contributions. Again, Smith's a little bit off. You mentioned it in this game, so he's going to have to find form.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll see who's stepping up for Fnatic as well. It's Crims, who's on 17 for 8. Dennis on 14 as well. Dennis has been really good. These guys have been so confident in pushing into like aggressive positions. It's a lot of teams will do that when they're reacting to losing a frag or they find something on the other side of the map. Fnatic seem to just be confident in their ability to push 2 players in at the start of the round. Okay, there's no rush. This is pushing to B storage.
Yep.
Same again towards the A side as well. They're just pushing in, locking down like real estate on the map and then falling back and leaving one player there. It's been pretty impressive in terms of how confident they are in doing that. So, will G2 be able to respond in a similar fashion? Thing is, Smith has to be. The AWPer is so influential on the CT side of Cash. He needs to be the one.
It's very huge, and it's very dynamic as well.
Yeah,
There's so many different positions you can put it in. There's so many different possibilities and angles by which it is effective.
Yep, absolutely. It's one of the maps.
I'm actually one of the advocates, sorry, not to cut back in, that I think that the A site's actually one of the worst spots for it.
It can be really good if you want to keep middle open and you want to just watch an AWP towards highway, and that's when it's really strong. But yeah, I agree. When he's just holding towards the A site and it's just standard setup, he's even in there by himself, it can be almost impossible. The smokes and Molotovs coming in. But anyway, second half begins, and we go into it.
You finally learned how to ring that bell, at least.
I know, I've been practicing.
Have you?
Yep.
That's who's been sneaking into the studio at night.
And we are going to be getting into the pistol now. It's going to be obviously Fnatic on the T side. We saw a very simple approach from G2. Kicking these off, and this is going to be Smiths. We called him out at the beginning. He finds the first kill, though. He gets a double. Lovely stuff, and actually gets the bomb down as well. Looks like G2 will be having a very convincing case here, and it's a clean sweep. Smiths for all headshots there. Lovely stuff from him. Matthew, what can you say about that one?
I mean, it's definitely a start needed and required.
And Smiths is the player to get it.
And
3 kills.
You talked about stepping up now, and the interesting thing is they are going to go to these MP9s. 4 of them, and they are going against Armor.
They do this a lot, actually. I noticed this when we cast it. It's one of the weirdest decisions, I think, in terms of approaching a second round. Like 2, I'd say, is just about fine. But MP9s especially, SMGs isn't a problem overall. It's just that the MP9s, they've got no longevity to them. If you manage to keep all players alive, though, you have to throw those away. But still, I don't know. It's obviously something they're very happy to do. Bodies just for the famous here. So the problem is the bomb goes down and then the Fnatic come in with like another force by next round and things get very close. It's just very difficult to win. So Jay now looking for the next kill. Does spot a player counter boosting from the CT side. Let's see whether they can do anything with this. Venter now boosted up again. That's a lovely shot taking down Scream.
Hello. Very lovely. Interesting push toward this mid position, though, from Shox to try and get this MP9 at a much closer angle. But again, he's up against Armor. He's not going to be able to do this as easily as he would have liked. Flush has spotted him. They're going to give up. They know he's got a long way to rotate, so why not hit the A site? Have to be a little bit wary of the flank, but it is going to be JW that leads the charge. They're already outside of A main. RPK up on top of the catwalk. Not spotted yet. Trying to play this distance game, and it's going to work again. It's 2 kills up to the 1 that's come against them. Make it now 3. And the Famas has to find the angle because it's just body that remains. These MP9s against Armor just don't have it in them. The HP is very low, though, but he needs to find the shots. That's proving to be more tricky. As he does finally land the shot onto Flusha, but it's 63 HP for him to continue to work with. And a big flank rate now coming in. A long rotation all the way around through the door, back to A main to get JW in position without having to face on low HP. Does face out a little bit too aggressively, though. Body collects him quite easily. It's Venton that he has to find the shot on. That's the hardest one. Repeat comes out, 2 HP now for him, and he's going to have to tap and hold this, and he goes over to the USB to try and do so, facing off, and he's done. It's over. Crims will hit it, but there's no kit.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, those MP9s. If they didn't get the bomb down the pistols, so it's almost guaranteed they're forcing up a tech and head armor, right? And then you've got, like you said, those MP9s that almost have pea shooters at a certain range against the armored players. And it means you're putting yourself in positions where you have to have close range encounters. And if the terrorists are catching you out rotating with the Desert Eagles towards middle, for example, that can be so detrimental. We saw the first player drop and then they just couldn't really hold on whatsoever. And now Fnatic right back in the driving seat now. And it's going to be a force, oh, not a force barrier, just body save that weapon. And Scream goes in with a Deagle and armor. So from a great situation, from a really convincing pistol round, it's the buy, I would say, ultimately, that lets them down. Famous at long range of this one. Forces terrorists into the situation there. Give yourself the advantage with the rifles. Is normally what most teams will do, but still, JW find his way towards checkers through middle. Looking to find the first pick towards. In the second phase.
Still looking. That's a lovely return. That's even better Scream as he finds Dennis on the inside of that smoke. He was looking so long for that shot, JW, and he couldn't find it. And that brings it dead even because Scream still has now the FAMAS to work with, and they've already rotated off of this. This is a good read as well. Smiths and Scream anticipating this are going to go back over toward the A site. There's still a minute. They don't have to commit. But if they do, if they go blindly, not expecting this rotation, this could cost them dearly, Fnatic.
Smiths towards quad. Like I said, Scream towards woman as well. Smoke comes on towards highway. Next skill will be very important indeed. Smiths, a player that's been very quiet throughout the series, he's actually Screaming the drops first as well. He pushes through the smoke, shoves all in, and the Smiths can't really do much there. And the pistol at the back of the site. Crims finds the last kill on towards RPK, and there it is, Fnatic, quite simple in the end. Scream made things interesting with those frags. Here we go, the round number 19, and this is an interesting situation. 4 rifles, no head armor, doesn't matter against the AKs, I guess, and then shocks on $3,400. And here we're going with the FAMAS, so a lack of utility. This is one of the rounds where they need to be pushing. They need to get a kill here, something to work with. They can't allow Fnatic to fully execute towards the site. Maybe a boost towards mid or looking for a smoke, so we vent in that goes pretty aggressively. Frag gets a double for his troubles. As RPK goes down as well. Scream trying to do what he can now towards middle. Gets a kill towards JW, but still a huge advantage for the players. Oh! Okay. No, they're right back into it now.
That is absolutely back into it. That is so easily done as they get up toward middle. It does still give up the A site, though. This is so... A bomb plane coming in, open angle as well. This is still problematic. It's not done. It's not foregone.
Well, the CTs don't have kits as well, so still a heavy advantage for Fnatic here.
Scream's going to try and walk in, clear out the angles toward the forklift. Play this off of body.
Taken away now.
And there's still no information found. They're so disciplined. Fluster's going to cover this angle too. Okay, he's actually backed off it. Looked like he was going to cover the cross. Nice pickup from Scream. But again, it's still planted for him. And the tap, easily successful. No kit.
That's over
done.
Now.
Done. That's simple. Flusher plants it with a plan. And it works out. He may go down with the bomb here. Yeah, he will. But gets all the guns down as well. 12 now for Fnatic. And going down with the bomb, they only have a single round to buy here. It may cost them out. They're not going to have a buy in hand by any sense of imagination.
They're going up against an eco of the G2, so it's not going to really matter. They won't be losing this round. It's like G2 can't even justify a force by this stage. They're going to get a Deagle and a P250, and that's about it. This shows Fnatic have a considerable margin here as we go into round number 20. Stack a little bit from the CTs, 3 players towards B side. You see Crims there looking for the boost, and there comes confrontation towards that side of the map. He gets damage into RPK, takes another 2 HP. At this point, just trying to stay alive, get a read on the setup. Okay, just holding behind this box. Hoping that he can just get someone walking to his crossover. At this point he's committed, he can't fall back, 1 bullet will take him down. Actually will be just pushing, hoping to have the surprise factor working in his favour.
Good pickup from Crims on 2 kills. RPK and Scream both go down. It's Smiths that'll fall to Dennis, and Crims will finish things up. So they are going to keep everyone alive. Crims going to make up some bank here too. And the money. Flush is going to find Shocks, and it's now 3 to go for Fnatic to force out Map 3. Train if required. Now, keep in mind, G2 played well against Luminosity on Terrain in the best-of-1 group stage when they played the opening matchup. It was what ultimately led to Astralis' demise because Luminosity ended up down there with them, but they lost it in the grand final. It was not one of the maps they picked up. In fact, they kind of won opposite maps in the first 4 maps of the grand final.
Well, we'll see how this one pans out for them. It's going to be, once again, limited buy with the CTs, 5 rifles and the kits, only one of them. Not full utility, but still, Fnatic, they've got a UMP, no Orbison this time, so they're going to be some presence towards the B side of the map. You can see as well, so the CT's still in a difficult situation. Benton trying to find the first kill from Squeaky Door, throws a flashbang towards Forklift, and actually Molotovs to that as well. He's actually isolated Shoxy in a difficult position now.
Shox, though, flashed in. We'll check into A main. As he does so, we glance over at the action of Cringe because he's made his way inside of the checker room trying to figure out what's going on at B. He also has the help of Dennis, who makes great work of RPK's face. Apparently he's a plastic surgeon, although it's not one that I would have before. But it is now going to be Flusha getting the refrag into Shock. Still gives Fnatic the advantage, and Body's got extremely low, so he has to go passive and give up this B bomb site effectively to Crims when he tries to go for the entry. Can't find the angle, though, and he'll reconsider that decision.
13-7, it looks like Fnatic are going to get number 14 here as well. So they come down to Body. He's in this B side. You can still see plenty of time to work with Fnatic, just working out what's going to be the next and final move. And they've got a player towards Squeaky Door. I think that's Venton still. He's just trying to stay alive as long as possible. They know he's there.
And Body was kind of clever. He ran back running and then started walking to rotate back down. And he's trying to bait them into thinking he's rotated away. It's actually on the site itself that he goes back into. That flash gives it away, though, that trajectory. If they spotted it coming through the doorway, they should know exactly where he is. Good damage done. Better still. Crims goes down, and Smith just showed up just in time because Body was on 19 HP and had to do so well on his own.
Yeah, that was actually a man advantage for Fnatic as well, and Body stepping up, gets 3 kills. And he's actually in second place now, 15 for 13. Great play from that headshot position. Knew he had to kill that first player. Didn't get the headshot to kick things off, but knew he did considerable damage. Lucky for him, the second player was low HP as well. Gets the second, and that's the round over. No, just didn't have enough time to play over to slow it down and try and work the pick. Had to commit towards the bomb sites, and it's going to be round number 8 achieved for GT now. Money hasn't been broken for Fnatic just yet. Still got tons of cash to work with. 5 AKs and a full run of utility. Just JW filling in a little bit more. He's only got 1 smoke, and this is aggressive play from Scream. Waiting for the flashbang to finish the Squeaky Door, and he gets a lovely shot there. Takes down Benton. He was waiting for the flash. He was kind of anticipating it. Most teams will do that. It's actually quite a cool little trick he's got there. But 5 on 4 now. CTs can definitely fall back. That's their aggression dealt with. Time now for Fnatic to try and find a pick. He's hoping someone will walk into that crosses there towards the middle. That's where they're deciding to face next. And Scream there, you have to say, a little bit disappointing from him. Considering he just did so much work to get that first pick. That's a really weird face for him to do. He doesn't even flash, just completely shows himself from the connector. And he's punished for it.
Yeah, absolutely wrecked for it. Flash through. Shock's going to have to play behind the barrels, hold off the angle. Let's spot one inside the gap. It's JW, can't find it. Massive damage incurred, though, onto him as he's down to 22 HP, and Shox takes a nade. But that's really just a flesh wound because he's still on 94. He can hold this, and they're going to drop. They can't find it. They go toward Checker. RPK patiently waited and gets 2 for being so disciplined. However, he does find the response. It's on Body once more, and he's going to make up an equal challenge to find 2 of his own. It's going to be now 13-9. G2 continuing to try and make this close.
Body famed for being such a strong anchor in these B bomb sites traditionally. Like, he seems to be able to step up by himself regardless of how many players are presented towards him. Finds another 2 there. It was 3 before, and he gives G2 round number 9. And it looks like Fnatic, their money finally has been broken as well. Just going to have 2K across the board. No force buy here. Flusha does get a Desert Eagle body armor. That's about all the team invest in. And they'll be looking towards the next round to rectify things. But there you go then. Shox opening things up with some heavy damage towards Flusha. Throws a grenade towards the boost spot, doesn't find anything for it. And it looks like an A-sided attack coming in from Fnatic here. Actually just having 1 player boosted, I think, will be holding up for the flanks. There it is, Flusha. So with the low HP, you'll see if his teammates can do anything. He's just trying to show nothing but his head, make it a pure aim duel. You can find the headshot with that Desert Eagle. That does make things a little bit interesting. But the MP9 is now Body, hearing footsteps, looking to face, but Shox and Smith to open things up.
JW, though, just on his own. And that Glock can fade, but so too may he. Because he's against 5, Henry.
5 players that desperately need to save his weapons. It's not really worth trying to hunt him down here.
That's not good. Body. 27. Thankfully, we're going to stay home.
He gets cash for it, so still. This is getting interesting now. It's going to be a few rounds in a row for G2. And will they be keeping the MP9s here? Thankfully, they won't. We saw how badly they waited for them in the second round, and they'll be throwing them away. Double AWP setup, Matthew.
Double AWP.
What the hell's going on, man?
What the hell's going on, Henry?
Why don't we have a cool catchphrase like that?
We don't need catchphrases and gimmicks to be good. We just are.
We're just good. That's our cat. That's what we're known for.
Yeah,
just
good.
We're just good.
Makes it sound average when you say it like that. They're just good.
It's good.
They're not great.
Nothing special.
JW, inside of the corner, the smoke's going to allow him to cross over and try and hold it at a better angle, slightly obtuse angle. Better flash in though from Dennis.
Oh.
Mistimed. Smiths is able to refrag it though. That's important because that would have been sight lost if that went for free. And a counter boost. Shock's timing is able to take down Crims. It's 13 rounds again for Fnatic and they're struggling to go further. Same problems on Cobblestone.
So
Great shot from Shocks.
That's so well played from Shocks. The round's over. And that initial exchange from Dennis, had he got a quicker kill then? Potentially could have got to the foreground before actually Smith got the refrag on him. But that double AWP setup does work out very effectively. And the counter boost, like you said, that was perfect from G2. It's Shoxy continuing this great run of form he's had so far. He's only on 15 frags. Scream actually leading the charge at 24. Great series once again from both those guys. It's going to be Fnatic now on another eco. Lost bonus must be accumulating nicely for them though, so you'd assume they'll have AKs once again. Shoxy does find the kill just about. 20, but it's still on JW here. The Desert Eagle. We saw GT doing some fantastic work towards B storage. That'll be the same results for JW there. But at this point, G2 have found their first kill. Benson going to be out of position, a squeaky door and body waiting to decimate Fnatic as he gets.
Good shot back in terms of the Eagle. It's RPK that stands true inside of the site and has the bomb in his clutches. The talent of the Eagle is not the Eagle, that's the bald one, but it's Shocks to take down Venton, and it is now 1 round the difference. They're pulling this back again, and Fnatic, again, we mentioned this is a must-win situation. Again, it's not a done deal if they lose this, but it's pretty much out of reach to go to the LAN final.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Perhaps Olaf is worth all that he is.
I think that's fair.
That's kind of like a redundant statement. All that he is, what is he worth? That doesn't really answer the question, does it?
What is he made of?
Yeah, what is he made of, my man?
Round number 26. 13-12. G2 looking to tie things up here. And it's a default position from Fnatic. Not doing anything too special this time, just holding up for any CT aggression. Not going to be finding it just yet, though. JW all the way towards T-spawn and seeing if anyone will dare push like they were. So, complete format, as you would say.
I might say that if I was asked if there was something to report, but I wouldn't just say it on my own.
Can the boost coming in once more? Do they dare to dream?
Scream with a dream. And Moses still with cream. We're just gonna get a Moses for it every round. He's gonna wait. This is actually great. I love it.
This is like
just blast through that canopy right now.
Yeah, who's just gonna? This is such close range. Both of AKs, both exactly the same angle.
See, Dennis is holding the off angle. That's so easy. Scream times it easy, but goes down to his Crims when he falls back inside of the middle because the flames on his feet were a little bit too hot to handle.
That's gonna give me PTSD. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, it's gonna be 4-4 after Scream did get the easy frag, which I believe is spelled EASQ. It's gonna be leveling things up. 4-4. Now JW towards highway should be that. As you said, that's a strong position for the CTs, but you have to be facing the whole time. You can't afford without the players to have the advantage in terms of the peak. 3 still. Can we get the third? Oh, it's just so good right now. Controlled spray gives them a 3-on-2 situation, but the bomb has been planted. It's a really decent plan as well. Venton towards that forklift area. And he'll be making his way back towards the storage. A good crossfire, flusher. And Venton, no utility though. Incendiary for RPK, that can flush that quad at least.
Flush is just gonna wait and bait and try and make this play great because he has to pop out. Shock's found his teammate already. It's now him versus 3. He's got 1, and RPK wide peeks it. They're able to pick this up. It's gone to 13-13. Similar situation, another meltdown for Fnatic, who seem to be able to. Rather, seem to not be able to close these games out. Remember, it was 13-8 on Cobblestone, and they ended up losing it in fine fashion, 16-13 in the end.
G2. Shoxy once again, another 3-man from him. Screens on 25 kills. Shoxy hits the 21. And Fnatic, maximum loss bonus now, and gonna have plenty of cash at the bomb planted as well. So we have back into the single orb situation for Smiths. I'll just say he was refacing this. Shoxy going in once more, just so aggressive. And just finding the kill, it doesn't even take any damage this time. Smiths gets a kill onto his clutch as well. This would be G2 taking the advantage here. We saw them bounce back from this 5-on-3 before in the first half. Can Fnatic perform in a similar fashion? It's a very tall order indeed. It takes a real godlike play, but they have got a boost coming in. It's going to be Benton boosted up towards middle. Looking for this next pick. CTs now don't really need to do much. Just hold up, crossfires. Utilise the grenade to have a minute. They still have 3 smokes and incendiaries as well. Yeah. So at this point, they shouldn't be able to lose their round whatsoever. Just hold up the terrace for as long as you can. Body has had the vent broken as well. So what can Crims do with this? And that's perfect. The fact that vent isn't even shot on the other side just gives up the game straight away.
Crims, though, headshot potential toward that white box. It goes the other way. Shocks again. You're not going to beat this guy in a one-on-one this evening, it seems. Although Benton has screened back. Okay, something about jumping maybe throws off Shocks, because that shouldn't have happened, but does. Smiths will get some real estate back, though, by getting JW, and it looks like G2 are going to have a late lead in this game once more. A 2-0 for G2 over Fnatic at LAN. Or rather, a 2-1 at LAN and a 2-0 online. This is getting to be convincing stuff from G2. I'm starting to count them as a more serious contender in the landscape.
People were questioning when the Existence left, are they going to have the tactical depth to even compete at the top level? Seems like this playstyle is working perfectly for them. In terms of the star players, they look comfortable, they're hitting their shots, and Shocks at the helmet as well. They tried it in Envious before, it didn't really work out for them, him calling. It seems like he has the recipe here to make something happen. 14-13, the money's in complete tatters for Fnatic. Tech 9, a Mac 10, 3 AKs. Utility, this could be it. This could be series point for G2. Who would have thought it?
That's actually pretty impressive. It's going to be an all-in from Fnatic toward this B side right now. 3 players pushed up. No one inside of checkers right now from G2. They're both inside the back of the site. It's Scream to find Flusha first, though. It's starting off so well. We've bodied on Dennis again. So efficient in this B site, but RPK goes down. Bit of an overcommitment trying to jump up on the boxes to see above the smoke, and it's followed up by Benton on the Shocks, but not before he found JW, so it's still a 3 versus 2. Benton's doing what he can. 2 players on headshot as they try and get the bomb into a better position. They line it up, and Benton's easily got down Smith's in body. Now finally a round that could be theirs, but Scream has 36 HP.
They're not even making it uncomfortable for the terrorists. They don't wait for them to plant, surely. They don't just all run in and line up for them. Still, 2-on-1, Scream in towards heaven, hoping that they'll be gifted the same sort of levels of ease there. I have to say, that's a sloppy round from G2.
It's an ace from Benton as well, by the way. That's a very good ace.
Surely, wait for one of them to plant, and then you can actually come in together, and it's going to be a difficult situation. You have the man advantage. You were on the defense there, essentially. You have to make the terrorists get the next move, and they're shoved all in. And that gives Fnatic another window here. That was for series point here, G2. And we go into number 29 here. Fnatic now with the AWP and 4 rifles. And after getting his first 2 kills once again, and it's going to be shot. Scream, sorry, going in aggressive. And there was no real rhyme or reason for that. No flashbangs, nothing to work with. I guess they're up against it in terms of the buy. And they had to make something work. And it was Scream against the headshot. Takes on the AWP of JW. So Smiths now. Very quiet series so far. Pull the trigger, and you got a kill, but he flashed out and he said, you weren't a fan of this position, were you? Smiths can make it work.
Smiths waiting, holding, trying to get the cross. Does manage to find Crims. He's been quiet, Smiths, but now he's stepping up. Late in the game, no time like the present to make an impact. And it is now just Dennis remaining. G2 could still find this map point first. Dennis is going to try and round the corner. It's RPK up low, spots him, but RPK's got the angle held, and it was just a step too far forward. It's map and series point for G2.
Money reset once again, so a perfect time to actually just finish things off. 2-0. They gave Fnatic a window back into this one. It looks like they have recovered. It's a great play from Scream to open things up in that previous round. He's pushing to be storage and relying on his brutal aim. But this is where it gets interesting, Matt. Smith has decided to go for the auto sniper instead of the AWP. So we always say, whenever you bring this out when you're about to win, this is really throw games. Let's see whether Smith can actually do anything with it. It's going to be pistols and a Galil for Fnatic. Surely they can't throw this. What do you reckon?
I don't know what I reckon, mate. Tell you what I think, though.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a reckoning. It's different. I'm just kidding. But I think you might be right, as the smoke goes out toward the top of the highway. Shocks reckons he might need a better angle inside of the A site, given that smoke has been, what's English, lobbed?
Lobbed, yep.
Toward him. That's also, we use that in Canada too. But.
Or chucked, I guess? I don't know if that's...
Nah, we use that too.
Okay. Anyway.
Lobbed is probably the closest I could come. Smith's on this auto sniper. Let's see how we can use this.
Terrorists now going to be all in towards the A-bomb site. They've got 2 flashbangs remaining. Well, actually, they've got 4. So they can do something here, but no smokes at all. So it's going to come down to Smith. He's got an absolute field day here. Unless they get full flashes onto him, which is almost impossible from where they are. Let's see whether they can actually do anything with it. That's a flash. Doesn't affect them whatsoever. Just need to kill one. The bomb dropped as well. That's going to be GG. 2-0 in favour of G2. And Smith finishes things off.
Wow, indeed. Scream takes down the lovely Crims as the last player to die. It is 16-14, and again, Scream, 28 kills for him, and Shocks, 25. An excellent last 28. Oh, Shocks 25, sorry, yeah.